Hi everybody, here we go for another 1cc, this time on DoDonpachi Daifukkatsu 1.5, which can be played on the arcade but also on Xbox 360. Why DoDonpachi Daifukkatsu? Because the game is just wonderful, it's a tremendous game really, and it's actually going to be released in Europe in a few weeks. And I must stress that this European version will be playable on American 360 as well. Well, first, this is really a 1cc. I recorded that a few months ago and I didn't know yet the 5th level, so I make tons of mistakes, but anyway, I still go to the end of the first loop. As usual, I'm not playing for score, but I'll get the first extent anyway. I won't take the Ura road and I won't collect all the bees, which means no second loop. On this replay I'm playing strong mode, as you have seen, for massive destruction, with type C for its very useful white shot. Not that after this replay I've done another one all in bomb mode, which is actually better. You'll find it after this 1cc. So well, I'll use the first stage as a tutorial. You have a hyper gauge up the screen. It fills up when you destroy enemies or when you collect a green bee. Once it is full, you can enter hyper mode. You are invincible at its beginning, and its end, and you're much more powerful, and your shot can cancel the bullets. I'll explain more in the following stages mode. Not that in the game you have auto bomb in any mode of the game, so in bomb, power or strong mode you have auto bomb, which makes the game quite easy. So as you can see, first level is quite short, nothing special to do, no real difficulty so far. I do play second player, that's why my hyper gauge is on the right side of the screen. First boss. Quite easy. Large spaces to go through, so no difficulty at all. And here you are. I love that game. This is really one of the best games Kev has released. So, level 2. Well, nothing special till the mid-boss. Here, you can keep your chain quite easily up to the mid-boss, but it's hard to maintain it when the mid-boss appears. The trick is to switch on your hyper, but I won't do that anyway. First, because I don't care about score, and then because in each level, rank, which means difficulty, increases when you use hypers. So to keep things under control, use cautiously your hypers. So the mid boss. Nothing special against him. After the mid-boss, things get a bit harder, so you just have to wait for a big enemy and use a hyper. Here it is. So switch on your hyper. Be careful then. Your hyper shot will protect you from the bullets, but not from the lasers. So to push the lasers back, you need your own laser. So you always have to shift from laser to shot and shot to laser. Be careful. So your hyper stop, but don't worry, here you just have to use, and you should use, a bomb, because there is a bomb container right before the boss here. The boss, as the boss is under you, stay for a while above it. This way your laser will make damage, but also your aura will make damage, because indeed this aura does damage, and it's also a good way to fill up your hyper gauge. On those pink needles, use a hyper and go straight on the boss. This for more damage and your gauge fills up, as I said. The end is quite easy. With your shot you can cancel bullets, so nothing to fear. Level 3 now. Well, the beginning of the stage is a perfect illustration of the technique called bullet herding. You have to attract bullets to you, but move slowly away so that there's no bullet at all on your way, just like here. Bullet herding is actually useful in 95% of your shmups. So well, here in the third stage, I'll try and score a little, just to get rapidly the first extent. Note that for score, you need a high combo gauge and a full hyper gauge. So here, I got a high combo, more than 1000, but my hyper gauge is not full at all. So I'm not scoring at all. Now my hyper gauge is full and I'm beginning to score, really. And here comes the first extent at 1 billion points. From now on, I won't bother with score, as in anyway the second extent is too far away at 10 billions. Oh, here, quite important, the U technique, sorry. It's quite important. It's actually a special case of the bullet herding. Here, there are too many enemies and bullets, and you may get trapped in a corner. So, a good way to make some spaces appear is to draw a kind of U, the letter U, following the low part of the screen, just what I've done here. Then comes the mid-boss, but it's surprisingly the Ura mid-boss, and I just don't know how it is. I see it here, because I thought one had to trigger the Ura road in the very first level. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, as the manual bomb with laser, and my aura will kill it in no time. And indeed, aura mid-bosses are no real threat, apart maybe the fourth one, if you ask me. Here I got trapped, so I use my hyper, but it's actually not a problem, as I would have used it anyway for the extra life here. Don't use a bomb to make that life appear, because you'd probably destroy it. Last section is quite easy, as I still have my hyper, so... And here comes the boss. Well, the boss is not that hard if you have 2 bombs in stock. Always use your lasers, except for special part, I'll tell you. Not easy here, large spaces. That's here. 1, 2, 3. Then use your shot to move faster, so you can avoid the fourth part of this pattern. Try and avoid bullets. Then use a manual bomb, which is longer than an automatic bomb, and go on the boss, because you're invincible, to make more damage with your aura. Then will come the blue cloud. Yes, here. The blue cloud is hard because there is a slowdown which will stop, so bullets will get faster right when you're inside this mess. So don't bother and use a bomb, just like what I've done. You're quite safe. Level 4. Well, I love that music, but it actually may be one of the Black Label version, can't remember, as you can choose which one you want to have during the game. Accordingly, I've purchased Black Label DLC. So, well, beginning of the level 4 is not difficult, just follow my track. Then, stay middle screen. Oh, no. There is a big plane here. Then stay middle green here. Then go 1 inch left to avoid a problem with blue needles. Then there is another big plane. Just stay between two blue lines. Yes, you won't have any problem. From here and for all of these blue needles and pink lines, yes, a good bullet herding could do, but a hyper is actually much easier, so don't bother, use your hyper, cancel a lot of bullets, just be careful of the lasers. And here comes the mid-boss, which is the Ura mid-boss, which is harder than the normal one. So use a manual bomb on its first pattern. Things will be much easier. I do lose life, it's ridiculous. This is actually the fourth boss of the DoDonpachi game, the real DoDonpachi game. Then another blue needles and pink lines. Nothing really difficult, just do a little bullet herding. Then learn to use those kind of laser turnstiles. When you destroy them, all bullets are cancelled, which is quite comfortable. Here I got trapped, yeah, so I have to use a bomb. Laser turnstiles to the end, so complete cancel of the screen. Then right after this going down section, you have to launch your hyper and collect the two green bees right and left. You've seen them. Don't forget you have to switch them on, the bees, with the head of your laser. Be careful and always shift from laser to shot, from shot to laser. There is another bee right here in the middle, so you can use another hyper, because your gauge should be full by now. Besides, there are still 3 other bees right after that one, 3 in a row, to fill your gauge once again. But anyway, I don't use another hyper here actually, because of hyper rank. I told you, I'm pretty safe in that last part of the stage, because there are many turnstiles to cancel the bullets, and I don't want a high rank of the boss, so I do prefer not using my hyper. And here comes the boss. Well, I must confess I'm just terrible against it. On its first part I'm just crap. But it doesn't really matter actually, as you got an automatic bomb, you're pretty safe. Yes, here I should use a manual bomb here to be safe for a while and make massive damage. Next, go on the edge of the screen, so its satellite will shoot off screen. But I'm crap anyway. I'm stupid. Just go near the satellites to fill your gauge. At the end, go close to the boss, so for your aura to do big damage. Yes, here. And here you are. Level 5, which is quite a long level with many difficulties, but with so many bombs in stock there's no real threat. Well, have I mentioned yet that the manual bomb is more powerful and stays longer on screen than an automatic bomb? Well, if I didn't, I have now. So at the beginning of the level, use a hyper and try to stick to the bases of the lasers to fill up your hyper gauge. Just like here. Stupid mistake. Another hyper. So we'll have to use a lot of hypers in that 5th level, so rank will increase. This is quite a shame, the game is a bit harder then, but it's really hard to avoid. Here comes the first mid-boss. As I don't have any hyper in stock, it's a bit difficult, so I'm going to lose a life. I try to avoid, of course. If you don't have any bombs or any hyper, just try to avoid the bullets, but it's sometimes quite difficult. So I use the beginning of my new life to go on the boss to fill up my hyper gauge. Then I use here the U technique I told you in the 3rd level, but there are too many enemies for me, so I just have to use the hyper as soon as I can. Nothing special from here. Here comes the famous turning lasers, which are quite a pain in your beep, if you ask me. The best way is to know them by heart, of course, but this is really not my case. As I told you in the beginning, I didn't really know stage 5 when I recorded this replay. And by the way, game gives you quite enough bombs to clear it, even with tons of mistakes. Another turning lasers, yeah. Ooh, I was lucky on that one. This part is a bit easier. Just go from left to right and from right to left. Some more lasers. I do invite you to see another video I've done on DoDonpachi Daifukkatsu. I'll give you a link at the end. The 5th stage is really better than that other video. Here comes the 2nd mid-boss. The beginning is not that hard. You just have to use a bomb, a manual bomb at the beginning. Oh, yes, here comes the manual bomb, and then a hyper. The hyper will be good for what's coming after that boss. Told you, the hyper do cancel everything on screen, so you're quite safe here. tons of mistake, really incredible. I'm quite ashamed to see that now. Here on that big plane, use a hyper, as you may have full coach now. Here I should try to fill up my gauge, my hyper gauge, more rapidly on the basis of the lasers, because actually the Hydeux cannon is coming right after this section, and it's quite hard to handle without a hyper in start. If you don't have any hypers, just like me, do some bullet heading from left to right, slowly, avoiding the blue bullets. This should do actually. This is the last section of the level. So try and have a whole full hyper gauge. Don't forget there are 2 green bees here. Don't forget the bomb, of course. Well, the last boss. It's not really hard according you don't want to go to the second loop. The trick is actually to use a manual bomb to get on the boss in order to fill up your hyper gauge. Then use your hyper and go on the boss once again while you're invincible to refill your hyper gauge, and so on. Just be careful, as we used many hypers in this level 5, your hypers won't cancel much because of the rank. And by the way, enjoy your fight. This is actually the last boss of a DoDonpachi game. This is quite cool. Do you say cool in English? You say cool in French actually. Don't know if cool is still used in English. So many hypers, many bombs, many manual bombs. Be careful. Use it manually. As they are much powerful, much more powerful. And here you are. Now you have cleared DoDonpachi Daifukkatsu 1.5. Of course, the game has still many hours of play to offer, many things to do, because there are many other things to do in this game. But for that, I do invite you to see another video in which I will explain all of that. You just have to click on the link below. Well, thanks for watching this video. Sorry for my French accent and my English mistakes, and I hope to see you soon on shmupemall.com. Bye bye.